Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with the FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine and I hope you all had a great game week 24. It was a bit of a long stretched out game week in which a lot of managers played their triple captaincy chip, a lot of managers played their assistant manager chips. I mean, whatever you played, it wasn't wrong. And it turned out really well because, Mo Salah went crazy, scored like 58 points on captaincy and 87, I think, on vice captaincy. So, I mean, it was a great week overall for anybody who used their chips, and not such a good week for those who did not use their chips. So yeah, I mean, with that out of the way, I got 124 points and I think it was close to average for those people who actually use their chips. Surfrose says, hey Surfrose. FPL Doug says, hey I'm doing a sack to Watkins, viable, only one free transfer, 0.1 in the bank. I'd do Moyes to Emery, mate. I'm not so sure about Watkins. I think if you can get Emery and Rodgers, I think that's enough in my opinion. Ashish here says, hey Wiz, what's up? I have triple captain the previous week and scored 164 points. I am in confusion about this double game week, about Aston Villa players and about the managership. To be honest with you, Ashish, I mean, that's a crazy score. And also, if you want to use the assistant managership, there's another window in which you can actually use it. You can activate it in game week 31, and then you'll have two double game weeks to one for Newcastle, and in game week 33 as well you'll get a double game week hopefully. So there'll be two doubles in game week 32 and 33, so you can play it, the assistant managership, between game week 31 to game week 33. That's pretty good time to play it. This game week, obviously, there is a double game week, but, obviously, Aston Villa players, I'd say maybe Morgan Rodgers, you can get. I mean, if you really want to go for it, you can think about going with Ollie Watkins as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's fine if you want to play it assistant manager this game week as well. But personally, if I was you, I would hold it till game week 31 to 33, and right now just play the game week with free transfers. I wouldn't want to do anything extravagant in this game week, especially after having such a good game week. So yeah, I'll just simply play it normally. Just play a simple game week rather than activating any chips, mate. So Juggernaut says, I have slot. I don't intend to change this game week. I have Rodgers too. Alright. To be honest with you, Jugs, I mean, if you want to go with Ollie Watkins, that's fine with me. I mean, you want to obviously kind of double up on, or triple up on, double up. I mean, you're not getting Emery, right? So you want to double up on Aston Villa. It's fine with me. I mean, even Isak is basically a long-term hold, and if you have a lot of value attached with him, then you kind of bring in Watkins, and then you again want to bring in Isak. So because it's a bit bit tough for me to kind of say categorically for you to bring in Isak, but if you want to do it, I'm not saying that it's wrong, kind of, and I'm also not saying that Isak won't do well against Manchester City, because even Manchester City are not in the best of form. I mean, if Arsenal, without a proper striker can put 5 past them, you don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, Isak can obviously score 1 or 2 as well. You never know. And so yeah, I mean, it's totally your call. I mean, if you think you want to attack the game week with the double game weeks, obviously, I mean, Watkins is the best option, especially with the Emery now saying that he could be fit for the game against City. Obviously, he's going to be, so he said that he's going to be fit. I mean, obviously not for the game against City. I mean, he said that he's going to be fit basically for the first game. He and Tyrone Mings. So yeah, I mean, if you want, you can definitely go with it. I don't have much value attached with Isak, to be honest. Would get him back on my wildcard 30, and you can go with Watkins, mate. No problems. And then if you want, you can go with Watkins. I don't have any issues with that. Anyways, let me go to pick team for my own team here. Just a second. So this is what my team looks like at the moment. I haven't made my transfers right now. I need to take out Moyes and bring in Emery. Todd says, hey favorite FPL people. Hey Todd, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you had a good solid game week 24, mate. And so this is what my team looks like right now, guys. Obviously Gordon and Isaac both. FPL Juggernaut says, what does Emma have to say about the Villa? The thing is, Emma must have taken her ratings before the Emery comments came in, so I'm not sure how much we can trust that right now. You can trust that right now, but let's see what they have to say, because Emery comments came right, I think, not very long ago. So Villain is predicted 2 hours back, so that is something. Almost certainly won't be the 11th. Super difficult week, he says. Obviously, Aston Villa's got like 5 games in 14 days. They even requested the Premier League to postpone the game against Liverpool, but the Premier League did not. So obviously, there's bound to be a lot of rotation in Aston Villa. So Watkins is 70%, Bailey is 50%, McGinn is 60%. Rogers is 99%, Kamara is 99%, but Kamara is playing as a defender. Being a midfielder, you don't want him to play as a defender. Martin is obviously 99%. I mean, this is a difficult one, mate. See, the predictions say 70% for Watkins, but let me show you. Just a second. I don't know why Twitter is not loading right now. They don't have the percentages, I guess. Yeah, I don't think they've put in the percentages, or have they? I don't know, mate. For some reason, Twitter seems to be not loading. Looks like it's taking an age. I'll wait for the page to load, Jugs, if I can load it. But according to them, it's 70% for Watkins. I'll wait for the page to load. If it loads, I'll open it up again. Azmir says, hey Wiz, I brought in NDI last week. Now he's injured. I don't have the fund for Watkins. Suggestions on a 6.6 million budget attacker. 6.6 million. There's not going to be any really good strikers in that price bracket. I mean, Vissa obviously comes to mind as the first one, yeah. But beyond that, I really don't like anyone. No, I really don't like anyone in that team, in that price bracket, other than the only one I would pick is maybe Vissa, mate. I don't like anyone other than that. I mean, obviously there's Beto at 4.9 million because they don't have any strikers. Everton and Ndiaye is injured, Calvert-Lewin is injured, so you can go for a 4.9 million Beto, but obviously I wouldn't go there. Nobody else, mate. So either it has to be a Vissa, but or you can increase the budget a little. You can go for Cunha or you can go for Wood. But in 6.6 million, I'd prefer Vissa only, mate. Jug says, leave it. And who'd you play? Okay, alright, mate. So he said, who'd play 9 for Chelsea now? Very intriguing. Yeah, it is actually very interesting, especially after the injury to Jackson. I'm also pretty much kind of wondering, after, they let this, what was his name? Joao Felix go. I'm very, very interested to see who's going to play. Obviously, there's Nkunku who's the natural replacement for him in the team. Beyond that, I don't see anybody else who can actually play there unless they decide to play kind of a false 9 system. So, in my personal opinion, I think it's got to be Nkunku, mate. I don't see anybody else, you know, who's gonna play there for Chelsea. They've got a couple of youngsters too. I mean, they've got basically in attack. They've got Madueke, they've got Neto, they've got Nkunku, they've got obviously Palmer, and they've got Dewsbury Hall. Mudryk is already injured. I think Jackson is injured. So I don't think Madueke or Neto is gonna play striker, mate. I think Nkunku is the one who he could trust. I mean, they actually recently Joao Felix has gone to Milan as well, so they don't have Felix as well. I personally, I think it has to be Nkunku, to be honest with you. Madueke is so fit to play as a winger. I don't think he's gonna put him up top. Same with Pedro Neto. I don't think he's got the physicality to play there, mate. So if I had to guess, I think it has to be Nkunku. And if Nkunku doesn't play, then might go with a false 9. Good afternoon, Imran. I hope you're doing well, mate. Juggernaut says Madueke. I answer that. Matthew Brown says, hey Wiz, would you go Moyes, Gakpo to Slot and Cunha, or Moyes, Milenkovic to Emery, Hodgson? Mate, I think you have to, go with Emery and Hodgson, because that's where I feel the most upside lies in this game week. Emery will have a table bonus game against Liverpool, and and he'll have a very good chance to win against Ipswich. So you see what happened with Moyes and this Slot, right? So Moyes, Slot won his game and Moyes won his game, and after that, Moyes and Slot drew, but because of the table bonus, Moyes got 5 points just for that draw, and Slot got 0. So in my opinion, you have to go for the upside in this pick. I would go with Emery and Hodgson, mate. That's just my opinion. FPL Juggernaut says feeling saddened with the Arsenal situation too, is some thread said that Timber could play 9. I don't know, mate. Arsenal are absolutely devoid of attacking players right now. I'm really kind of flummoxed by the way, it's how can a club like Arsenal, who were fighting for 4 trophies when the transfer window was, let us say when the transfer window opened, Arsenal were fighting for 4 trophies. How can they go into that goddamn transfer window and come out of that without a striker, knowing that they don't have Saka, knowing that Kolo Muane was available. There were like strikers available. Kolo Muane, I think, went to Juventus, so there were strikers available, man. It's not like there were not strikers in the market. I don't know why Arsenal did not think that they needed to bring in a striker. They were already light in the attacking department. Arteta had been saying in the press conferences, right now all we have in the front 3 is Trossard, Sterling and Nwaneri. That's it. And none of them is a striker really. So if Sterling plays as a striker, Trossard plays as a false 9, I really don't know what the hell is going on here, man. Now Arteta saying in the press conference that they are looking at some free agents, and I just checked it on this transfer market website, and people like Wissam Ben Yedder, Diego Costa, for the love of God, don't bring him. But I'm saying, people like Diego Costa, Wissam Ben Yedder, and this Lucas Perez, these kind of people are available on the open market, who don't have any clubs right now. So maybe Arsenal will look there. Maybe a youngster. We sold this Kido Obi Martin, a young striker, to Manchester United last season. On the start of this season, he was scoring hat-tricks like crazy in the youth league. Maybe this could have been a chance for him. We sold Nketiah to Crystal Palace. I don't know, mate, to be honest with you. who's running transfers in this club. I really don't know. Maybe Calafiori could play 9, maybe Timber. All we've got is an army of left backs. We've got Zinchenko, we've got Tierney, we've got Calafiori, we've got Miles Lewis Skelly. We've just got an army of left backs. Maybe Arteta wants to play left backs everywhere, man. I don't know what the hell we're getting so many left backs for, so many defenders for. Tomiyasu is kind of a versatile defender. He's mainly a right back, but Tomiyasu is also injured. So, we've got an army of defenders, mate. We've got Ben White, we've got Tomiyasu, we've got Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori, Tierney, Zinchenko. It's insane, man. Tierney as well. It's crazy. Central midfield, we don't have that many. We've got like Partey, we've got Merino, and we've got Declan Rice, really. We've just got 3. Your Jorginho is our only backup, really, mate. If like one of them gets injured, we only got Jorginho to play there. Odegaard obviously is an attacking player, but it's not the same. So in central midfield, we don't have that many players, really. So there's Partey, there's Declan Rice, and there's Jorginho and Merino. That's it. So we always play 3 of them. So, or maybe 2 of them. So and Merino and Jorginho are meant to be fringe players. They were never meant to be first team players. Abirup says, hey, we'll start Trossard or Gakpo and Mikalenko or Milenkovic. Nottingham Forest don't have an easy game at all, mate. Fulham is decent form at the moment. But I'd start, I'd start Mikalenko there, mate. Mikalenko. Trossard or Gakpo. I would start Gakpo, mate. You have to take a chance. If you're keeping Gakpo in that team, then you have to play him, mate. You can't have Gakpo and not play him. FPL Juggernaut says Merino is also to play as a striker at this moment in time. Arteta might want to play his spare keeper as a striker, man. The way they're falling, Martinelli in the Carabao Cup semi-final, he pulled his hamstring. Havertz, they went to Dubai for a warm weather training session, and goddamn, Havertz got injured in a recuperation kind of session. I don't know what's going on there, but we did run him into the ground. He ran so much up and down the pitch this season, man. Havertz has been absolutely amazing for us. No matter what other Arsenal fans say, he's been really good. So Neil says, what do you think about this chip strategy? Wildcard 30, assistant manager 31 to 33, obviously how, free 34 bench boost, and I think that looks good to me, Nihal. I think we discussed that as well previously. That looks absolutely fine to me. Wildcard 30, assistant manager 31 to 33, yeah, looks good to me, mate. Absolutely fine. Atif says, I've got a benching nightmare. I've got Isak, Gakpo and Wood up front. I've got Kluivert, Rodgers, Palmer, Mbeumo and Salah in the midfield. Who should I let down? That is a dilemma, mate, but Isak, Gakpo, Wood, Kluivert, you have to play. Rodgers, double game week, Palmer, Mbeumo. And Mbeumo, Wood scored a hat-trick. I can't recommend you to kind of bench him. It's difficult. Mbeumo, mate, maybe Mbeumo, I don't know. West Ham away, I don't have a good answer for you here, Atif, because they're all desirable good players, mate. So I don't have a good answer for you. Hopefully, Gakpo will stay injured and you won't have to miss out on any of the returns. But that's just hoping. But if I had to bench one, I'd say Mbeumo, mate. I don't know. It's a difficult one. News on Gakpo, says Navneet. I don't have any news on Gakpo, mate. As of now, he has not trained, but they've got another training session tomorrow. but the deadline is tonight, so we won't know really what's going on with Cody Gakpo until tomorrow. So you have to make this decision with uncertainty about Gakpo in the mind rather than certainty. Asmir says to find funds, I'm trying to do Sanchez to Kepa as I've stuck with Sanchez for a while. Not a bad idea, mate. He plays in 29 as well, and they've got some good fixtures as well. I think Kepa is could be a good option, yes. Although I prefer a Bournemouth defender as compared to a keeper, but yes, he could be a good option. Bench boost in a single game week, though. Well, you know, you can kind of 34 36 is gonna be a double game week, isn't it? 36 is gonna be a double game week, mate, isn't it? Or is it not? I I need to kind of figure this out, because now they've announced the doubles for 32 and kind of for 32. So I need to figure it out properly. I need to get back to a spreadsheet, but you might get one more double, mate. You know, double game week in 36, you still have a chance, but that depends on the fixtures, obviously, but you know, or the results in the cup, but there's still a chance for 36. And to be honest with you, the bench boost chip is not like the most powerful chip for which you want to be, you know, changing your team too much. I think it's best played either before a wild card or immediately after wild carding, so that you can just get it out of the way. You don't want to kind of waste transfers off your team on bench boost. I mean, that's just not desirable, to be honest with you, mate. It could be a late fitness test on Sunday with us playing at home too. Yeah, I mean, there is still some time for him to recover, and if he doesn't have a serious injury, if he has a knock, I think there is a chance for him to recover. Salah triple captain or no? I think yes. I mean, this is the last chance you're going to get to triple captain Salah, my friend. So if I was you, I would triple captain Salah 100%, didn't you? I mean, he was lucky to get those returns, you know. Yeah, he against Everton, I mean, the goal he scored, it was kind of you know, I don't know, he got one chance he scored. Even the assist, I mean, it was a fabulous kind of header from McAllister. He glanced the header somehow, you know. I don't know, mate. It wasn't like that black and white, but you know, if you have your triple captainship and you're not playing assistant manager, you have to triple captain Salah. Atif says -4 to bring in Kirkiash in place of Shaloba or Dunk. Yes. I mean, no. Sorry, not -4. I mean, if it was for a free, I'd say yes. If it is for a -4, then I'd say play Shaloba or Dunk, whichever one you want to play, that's fine. But I would not take a -4. Shall I play Enzo for NDI or remove NDI for Jimenez for a -4? I would play Enzo, mate. Wouldn't take a -4. Jimenez does not have an easy game at all. Last one, will start Robinson or Lewis Hall? I'd start Robinson, mate. Hello, Sukraj. Sashikal, mate. I hope you're doing well. It says triple captain Salah, 100%, mate. Triple captain Salah, yes. And Nihal says this assistant manager chip has thrown me off. It has thrown everybody off, mate. It's such an insanely powerful chip for being one chip. It'll just, you know, it's just crazy, mate. Having a mere season anyways. It's gonna be alright, mate. It's a long season to go still, you know. You can always kind of recover. As the season goes on, the non-serious people who are not doing well, they just tailed off. And there's always a chance to kind of recover at the end. Todd says, hey Wiz, I am thinking about Gordon, Bernardo and Isaac to Clivert, Mbumo and Watkins for a -4. Bernardo, Gordon and Isaac. I mean, I like Clivert, I like Mbumo, and Watkins is fine. I'm a little bit kind of, you know, unsure about Watkins right now, but overall these transfer moves look good to me. Personally, if I was you, I would simply do Gordon and Bernardo to Clivert and Mbumo, and I would just stick with that. Especially, you know, assistant manager is slot and I own only Roger. I think that's enough, Todd, to be honest with you. I don't think Watkins is needed here, mate. They've got 5 games in 14 days, you know. Do you think Watkins is going to play like 90 minutes in both the games? I don't think so, mate. I think, you know, they're winning by 1 or 2 goals. I think Watkins is going to be off against Ipswich, and that's the game you want to actually get him for. So if I was you, I wouldn't right now. I don't want to get any Aston Villa players, and I own Rodgers, and I'm going to stick with that. But, you know, 5 games in 14 days, mate. Aston Villa requested the FA to postpone their Liverpool fixture, and FA did not agree with them. But that tells you something, right? They sold Duran. They kind of brought in Rashford, and you know, they brought in this guy Malin as well. Look at that, mate. I mean, that tells you something about the squad right now. So I would not go for Watkins if you ask me. You know, if he does well, he does well. But technically speaking, it just doesn't make sense for me to get Ollie Watkins, mate. So we've got a super chat by Nehal. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Nehal says, thanks for all the work you do for this small community. Have a coffee or a beer on me. Much love. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I love this community, by the way. It just makes me want to keep coming back to it. You know, such a beautiful, lovely chat we have, rather than all the negativity that exists on X. You know, I've kind of stopped logging into X these days. Just crazy negativity there, mate. Navneet says Dango or Rodgers. For this game week, 100% Rodgers, mate. Asmir says, thanks a ton, Wiz. Will be spending my next game week in India. Stoked. You're most welcome, mate, and you're most welcome to India. I hope you enjoy your time here, bro. And I hope you... this is a really good time to come to India, by the way. The weather's nice. It's not too cold. It's, you know, the summer's obviously not hit yet. What a pleasant time to be coming here, mate. Just try to stay, you know... try to stay in the touristy places, you know. Just don't wander too much. That's all I would say to you. Good luck and have fun, mate. Testimony says, hey Wiz, start Wood or Vissa this week. Mate, I would start Wood. After a hat-trick, you have to start Wood, mate. Although Vissa has a decent fixture, but you have to start Wood. 100%, mate. Sukrat says, I've got all my chips left. Save my triple captain. That's fine, Sukraj. I mean, so you play your save my triple captain. But you said you want a triple captain Salah this week, right? So then you play your assistant manager in 31 to 33, mate. That's the time to be playing it properly. I think that's the window when you want to play it. Hey Giovanni, welcome to the stream, mate. He says, hey, was just joining, so sorry if you've mentioned it before. Aside from moving Moyes, are you doing anything with Gakpo? Giovanni, the thing is, it's a long game week, and since Gakpo has a knock, I feel even if he doesn't play the Wolves game, although the Wolves game was the money fixture for Gakpo, right? So if he gets 20-30 minutes for me, and then he plays the Aston Villa fixture as well, I still feel that it's just, you know, it's alright for me to keep him rather than kind of try to kind of fix him again, and then again I want to transfer him out after. So personally, you know, if you ask me, I just want to keep him, mate. I don't want to do much of anything with Gakpo as of now. I mean, you can move from Gakpo to Wood. Obviously, if you have the money, you can move from Gakpo to Watkins as well. I mean, if you want, you can kind of go to Wissa, you know, but there's like no clear-cut options where you want to go. And you know, I've decided to keep Gakpo rather than listen to rumors and then, you know, transfer him out and then have him play and score. Personally, I've decided to keep him, mate. Nehal says, same brother, I'm doing a social media cleanse and don't want to see any more of X, which is why I am MIA. I'm not sure. MIA. Plus, I have my wedding coming up, so been busy with the planning for that. Good distraction from X. Many congratulations, mate. I wish you all the best. That's great news, and I think we all kind of need to stay away from X, especially if you belong to the FPL community, the football community, mate. Missing in action, right? That's fine, mate. I think the way you're going, or the event you're planning, it requires all your attention, anyways, mate. I mean, I remember before my wedding, it was just crazy for me to decide. Most of the time, I actually spent deciding where we were gonna go for the holidays after the wedding. The wedding preparations were I left mostly to my to my family, and that's where I was thankful for my family to kind of just help me with that. Um, I was just mostly spending time looking at destinations, resorts, and stuff, and that was what I was really much more interested in. Generally, wizards kind of can just teleport, but in this case, because I was gonna have my wife with me, so we're gonna have to fly an airplane, and yeah. So I wish you all the best, mate. This is a fantastic time of your life, and just enjoy it, mate. Just enjoy it. Make memories. Uh, like this is the time to make memories, so that when in the future difficult time in your life comes, you have good memories to fall back upon. And difficult times will come. We all want rosy and beautiful stuff to say, but the truth is, when you live, two people live together, there's gonna be beautiful times, there's gonna be difficult times, there's gonna be like you're gonna be having kids and all that. So you need to make good memories, so that you have those memories to fall back upon, this bank of memories. So it is very important. That would be just my advice to you, mate. Just have fun, enjoy your time, and many congratulations once again, Nehal. It's a great news for our community. Jug says, invite me, Nehal, I'll be there if it's anywhere in India. that was a beautiful gesture, Jugs. Nehal says, unfortunately, it's in Canada. True. Todd says, will you go away for a honeymoon? I mean, I went to Mauritius, and it was amazing, exotic, beautiful, and we spent 10 days there. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. Anyways, let's come back to FPL, and congratulations once again, mate. Asmir says, any go-tos that you would recommend? I'm on a food hunting mission. It depends on which city you're coming to, or which state you're coming to, mate. If you let me know, I'll definitely recommend you some. 100%. Abhirup says, Wiz gives really superb and wise advice both on and off the pitch. I speak from experience, mate. I speak from experience, I just it's just that I've been through this, so I kind of know what to say. And I really wanted somebody to kind of tell me these things beforehand, because I remember when I got married. I'll just tell you one thing, guys, and then we'll come back to FPL. So when I got married, guys, we had these I had a habit of watching all the Premier League games. It was not just Arsenal games, it was just a habit. Every weekend, Saturday, I would sit in front of the screen, and I would start watching 1 hour before, when those pundits come and they'll start talking about football. I used to sit there and watch, and that was my habit. I've been doing this for the last 15-20 years, and then suddenly I get married, and you're invited somewhere, and then you're gonna go somewhere, and then there's a dinner, and then like I initially I felt very uncomfortable doing that stuff, mate, because I was used to something, and I was having to change something which was really dear to me and really special to me. If you ask me now, and that time, we would have like arguments on this. My wife would say that we have to go somewhere, and I would say no, because we would cancel our plans because of my matches. I'd say, I don't want to go there because matches. I wanna watch the games. And now if I come back to it, I don't think it was that important, mate. Missing a Southampton versus Burnley or whatever, it wasn't that important, but that time you don't realize. So I wish somebody would have told me these things. Make memories. They're very important. Anyways, back to FPL, guys, and let me answer your questions. So Akshat says, I have Isak, Hall, Robinson on the bench, because Wood, Gakpo up front, and Palmer, Rogers, Salah, Kluivert, and Mbumo in midfield. Should I use bench boost or triple captain Salah? You've got Isak, Hall, and Robinson on the bench. Interesting. I would triple captain Salah, mate. I think you'll get a better chance to use a bench boost. Although you've got a very decent bench, I've got to give you that. But Hall is playing against Manchester City, and so is Isak. Robinson is playing against Nottingham Forest. So, personally, if you ask me, I would triple captain Salah, mate. I have not used a triple captain Surfrose. I plan to use it in... I think I'm going to have to use it in game week 32 on Isak, because Salah won't have another double game week, mate. So I think I'm gonna have to use it on some other player, which I don't feel comfortable doing, but I have to do it. Azmir says landing in Delhi, then hitting south. Well, if you go to south, then I won't be able to guide you about specifics about south, but in Delhi, you have to go to this Chandni Chowk is the place, and if you want to have street food, then you have to go to Chandni Chowk in Delhi, Chawdi Bazaar and Chandni Chowk, and there's this place where they serve amazing kebabs, man. I just don't remember the name. I'll find out something about it, Azmir, and I'll write it in the comments of this video, so you can come back and have a look later. All right, I'll do it for you, mate. And if you need to ask me anything about India, just send me a DM on Twitter. I'll help you with that as well. So Todd says, Akshat, I would 100% triple captain Salah for the double. I agree with that totally. Kareem ke kebabs, bro, the best. Agree with that, mate. And now Kareem's has got chains all over India, and their kebabs are absolutely stunning. But Chandni Chowk will serve you like authentic street food of India if you got the stomach to digest it, mate. Sometimes people will come from abroad and they'll not be able to because it's hot food and it's maybe not that hygienic. So if you have the stomach to digest it, the best food is in Chandni Chowk and Chawdi Bazaar. That's very good, mate. Once my German friends, German couple, they came to India. I took them to Chandni Chowk, and I thought they were gonna enjoy the food, but this guy, my friend, he was more interested in taking pictures of the wires. Like, there was a cluster of wires all over Chandni Chowk, and he was so mesmerized by those. There was so many wires everywhere. He was just making videos and taking pictures of the wires, and I was like, mate, you're here to eat and drink. And he was just fascinated with the wires. Yeah, Murthal for Paranthas at Sukhdev's, definitely. But he's gonna move south, so I don't think he's gonna come to Murthal. Because if you come to Murthal, then you better come to Punjab, man. Punjabis are just absolutely hospitable, and the food is best. FPL Tar strikes again with the late news, says George. Absolutely, mate. But the late news is not at least for the same game week, right? So we'll have contingencies for that. Previously it was bad, but this time I think there's contingency. So game week 32 we can still plan with the double game weeks and stuff, right? Guys, I hope my voice is coming clear to you for some reason. I hope it's clear. In case it's having a disturbance, let me know. I'll try to fix it. CAV says, hey, Wiz, Moyes went well. On to Emery now. Watkins or Bournemouth midfielder for a -4. I'd go with a Bournemouth midfielder, mate. I'm thinking to move on Gordon as well for a -4. It's in the back of my mind. You know, it's just that I'll have both Clivert and Dango. So not I don't really I'm not really sure about it right now. You know, maybe I'll play Gordon this week, but I was thinking at the back of my mind, but at least let me make this one transfer which I really want to make. Let me take out Moyes and let me bring in Unai Emery. This is one move that I already have to make. So let me do this. Just a second. Moyes to Emery, free, right? No cost. So one transfer I've already made, Moyes to Emery, right, guys? And I'm thinking maybe I'll move on Gordon, you know. For some, I was thinking Trossard as well. I think Trossard is a fantastic option. Let me this just a second. I have Gakpo to Watkins, worth it, as Gakpo might not start, or keep Gakpo into Kukurea to Dean. I would do, out of these two options, I would go Gakpo to Watkins, mate. Out of these two options, yes. I have Todd says, do you have a tentative chip plan? Thinking of wildcard in 32, bench boost in 33, free hit in 34, triple captain 36. Todd, I'm personally thinking of wildcarding in 31, so that I can triple captain in 32, bench boost in 33, and you know, because 32 Isaac has a really good set of fixtures, so I'm thinking I might triple captain Isaac. So for that I'll wildcard in 31, and free hit in 34 depends on the blanks. If there's too many blanks and I cannot survive that, then I'll free hit in 34. In case I can just survive game week 34 without free hitting, then I'll free hit in 36. That's the kind of plan I have in my mind. It'll take shape as we go along and we see what's happening with the fixtures and stuff. Azmir says, thanks a ton, buddy. I'm getting hungry already. Being from Malaysia, I'm used to Indian food, but I'll need to try the authentic one. Stomach is made for this. Cheers, mate. Just make sure you carry your MSETs and DSRs along and you'll be fine. Visit Lucknow for Tunde's delicacies. Absolutely, you know. You gotta visit Hyderabad for the biryani. I mean, this India is all about food, man. You know, if you just want to visit for the food, then there's no better place to go, mate. Sanjay says, hi, we'll start Wiss or Clivert. I'd start Clivert, mate. Giovan says, Nwaneri or Trossard, considering price points and positioning. I would go with Trossard, Giovan. I feel that Trossard is a better goal scorer. I mean, yes, Nwaneri scored against... he scored against, Manchester City, but he came on as a sub. Manchester City was already beaten and down. They were not really trying, right? So, I personally, I would go with Trossard, Giovan. If I had to pick one player from Arsenal who's gonna play a lot of minutes now, I think it has to be Trossard, mate. Thoughts on... Oh, we've got another super chat from Todd. Thank you so much, Todd. I really appreciate it, mate. He says, thanks, Wiz. Have another coffee. Right now, I'm having tea, which my lovely wife made for me. You know, it's like 11:30 p.m. and I told her I was gonna stream at night, and she was kind enough to kind of make me a tea. But definitely we'll have another. I'll definitely will have a coffee, mate. Thank you so much, Todd. I really appreciate it. About the leaks, I'm going and checking, mate. And as of now, I don't have any. I have any information, mate. I'm looking on X right now. Don't have any information right now, mate. Nope. No, I don't see any. Team is locked. Had a good game week. Everyone says, mate. Thank you so much, mate. I have a good game week too. If we knew about the double game week 32, we would have triple captain Salah in 24. They've done us dirty with. That is true, George. I agree with that. I would have triple captain Salah as well. That I agree with. Totally. Thoughts on Ahmad? Have him in my team. I think I'd keep him if you have him, mate. Although Manchester United right now not playing well, but if I had Ahmad, I would possibly keep him, mate. Nail says, Wiz, I did Sar to Dango, thinking of Greaves to Kirkash for a free as I'm deading in 20. I think that's a great one, mate. Kirkash as a defender is a great one anyway. So, you know, Greaves to Kirkash is a no-brainer for me, 100%. Sar to Rogers, Arsenal or Bournemouth mid. Jovan, I mean, I think at this moment in time, Trossard. The problem with Trossard is I feel his ceiling is not that high in Arsenal. In Brighton it was different, but in Arsenal his ceiling is not that high. So based on the ceiling, I'd say a Bournemouth midfielder, somebody like a Kluivert, because you know he's crazy, he has the ability to go crazy. Trossard on the other hand, I think it's good for somebody like a 10, 12 pointer, 6 pointer, 7 pointer, but not for like a big score or big scores in the coming weeks. So based on that, I'd say a Bournemouth midfielder. But if you already have a Bournemouth midfielder, then you can think about Trossard, mate. Sar to Rogers on Nwaneri. Rogers, mate. Rogers, 100%. Who is your assistant manager for the next game week? For the next game week, you mean this game week, right? Next game week, I might go back to Moyes. You know, I don't really know. I was thinking about, whether I want to go for the table bonus or not. So, obviously Arteta is the obvious one next week. But Arteta, I'm not really... that's the reason I kind of want to make a transfer as well, so that I'll have the money to make a manager transfer. I don't want to have to take a hit next week, for a player, just for that, so that I can get enough money to bring in Arteta as my manager. But then my question is, do I really want to bring in Arteta? Because there's not going to be many goals. There's not going to be any table bonus with Arteta. The only thing is, it's just going to be win points for Arteta. So, I'm kind of thinking, can I go with somebody like, maybe a Glasner, to against Everton. Glasner, not Glasner, mate. Hang on, just give me a second. What was I thinking? I was thinking about the Ipswich manager. Maybe if Spurs are in doldrums, maybe you can go with an Ipswich manager and get a table bonus against Spurs. That's something which can be thought about. I was even thinking of going with Moyes against Manchester United, but the problem is, I'm not sure if that's going to be a table bonus, because Everton is just 2 places behind Manchester United now. Earlier I was thinking about David Moyes, and that would give me a possible kind of table bonus against Manchester United, but that's not happened. But Ipswich is an option for me right now, which I'm thinking, if I have to go safe, then obviously I'll go with somebody like an Arteta. But right now I've left it open, mate. I've not made a decision. I'll make a decision next week itself, based on what happens this week. The information which we get this week will help me make the decisions. Maybe somebody wants to go for a table bonus. You can go with a Southampton manager against Brighton. Never know. You have to take a chance with this kind of stuff. But anyways, guys, I don't have much time, so I have to make a decision about this, the transfer which I need to make, because I'll need money next week. I want to move on Gordon, because I don't want Gordon against Graham Potter as well. Yes, that's true. But against Arsenal, if it was at home, it was different. Away, I'm not so sure, mate. Triple captain Salah this week. I would triple captain Salah this week as compared to Isak in 32, mate. You always want the one bird in the hand rather than 2 in the bush. But who to get? Doing Isak to Watkins, who to get for India? You can go for Wood. You can go for Vissa. You can go for Raul Jimenez as well, but I don't really like him as much. So guys, one more transfer left. I don't have the money. I don't have a transfer. I have the money. I don't have the money to get Mbumo, basically. If you see, if I've got 7.6 in the bank and I need 7.9 for Mbumo, so Mbumo's out of the question right now. Kluivert is a good option, but then I'll have Dango and Kluivert from Bournemouth, which I don't really like. Although the fixtures, merit that I can go with both Kluivert and Otaro Dango. The second option is obviously I go with somebody like a Trossard. Even Jared Bowen is an option, but he's coming back from an injury. I'm not so sure, but because their fixtures are good, he's got Brentford at home, Leicester at home, Newcastle at home. These are not bad fixtures for Jared Bowen as well. But I'm just I'm a little bit concerned. Best options for Gakpo, 8.1 in the bank, worth keeping him, and place Sarr off my bench. It's better to take out Sarr for somebody like Morgan Rogers, Marco, rather than taking out Gakpo for 8.1. I don't have really good options at 8.1 million, mate. If you had money for Watkins, then I would say yes, but if you can get Morgan Rogers for Sarr, I think that would be better. I have options, basically Trossard from Arsenal, because they don't have you have Rogers already. Go for Kluivert or Dango Otaro, mate. Otaro, Dango or Kluivert. You can go there. You don't need to if you at 8.1 you won't have too many strikers. Is Gakpo playing? I don't know, Bekalu. I'm taking a chance, mate. Because I don't have too many options to go anywhere, like that's the problem. And I feel Gakpo, if he has a knock, even if he doesn't play the Wolves game, I think he'll still play the Aston Villa game. So you have to take a chance, mate. That's the only thing. So I mean, Trossard is a very good shout. You see when he plays, especially when he scores, he's the one who'll be the focal point for the attacks, for scoring the goals. I'm thinking about Isak. Do I want to get two Bournemouth players in? I'm not so sure. Technically, if I had money for Mbumo, I would simply move on Gordon to Mbumo, but I don't have the money is the issue. And next week, yes, I could make two transfers for the players and take a hit and get an Mbumo, but then I also have to make a manager transfer, So it's all up in the air right now, guys. Then the options are basically... the options I have right now are Kluivert. Choose between Robinson, Hall or Colville. I choose Robinson, mate. So I'll ask the chat. See, Trossard or Kluivert. Because I don't have money for Mbumo. If I had money for Mbumo, then this would not have been a question, guys. Remember this. Sarr, Wood or Isak on the bench. Sarr on the bench, mate. Wood and Isak to play. I already got Otaro Dango. So Sarr for Kluivert for a -4 and bench Ndiaye. I would... Personally, I would simply take out Ndiaye, mate. He's out, we don't know, and I'm not sure you want an Everton striker. Depends on how much money you have in the bank. Guys, by the way, captain is clear. Salah is the captain, right? There's no questions there. Nobody try any antics and try to captain Trent Alexander-Arnold or anything like that, guys. I would simply... not taking that. Please, Captain Salah. Kluivert won't play. He has baby today. What? He has baby today? What baby? Where did you get that information from, mate? Kluivert has a baby today. Maybe he'll do the ball celebration, mate. I don't know. Why can't I see the... Why can't I see any information about Clivert's baby? Clivert's wife is due any day, apparently. Yeah, that's true, but... is that... Man, now this is a spanner in the works. Let me see if I go for Trossard, how much money I have. Hang on. Got this from Reddit. Baby confirmed that he responded back on TikTok. So if he has time for TikTok, he definitely has time for the match. Keep India or sell? I will sell India, mate. 100% I would sell India. No Watkins for a double game weeks feel wrong, but I've gone Clivert now. He said he's playing. He said he's playing? What does that mean? CAV. Baby is here. So he's gonna do a ball celebration, right? Guys, please tell me he's playing. CAV, what do you mean by he said he's playing? Please tell me. I'd love to know that. I sent something on the group. Oh, hang on, I'm checking Nehal. Baby has come. Just a second. I think it's gonna be trumpets today. I'm feeling it in my bones. Just to note, turns out Clivert's baby was born on Monday. Oh, it's already been born, right? Congratulations to Justin Clivert. Do the baby celebrate. What do I do with the assistant manager? What do you mean, Bikalu? I don't understand the question. He said I will be there on a reply. Alright. Clivert had a kid, but he confirmed he will be there for the game. Got it, mate. So he should be playing. Got it. Got it. Got it. Again, like, let's see what the chat has to say on Trossard versus Clivert. Someone says, mate, had 3 free transfers, used 2 for Sar plus Ahmad, to Clivert plus Rogers. Do I use the last one for Lewis to crit cash and bench Robinson? If I was you, I'd do it, mate, yes. So someone asked him he will play, he said yes. I got it, mate. Got your point. Got your point. Yeah, I got your point. Todd says 5 minutes left. Guys, give me a suggestion quick. Not the votes, just tell me. I've got basically 2 options. You know, Jared Bowen I really don't want to go with. I've got basically Trossard because Arsenal don't have a striker anymore, so he's basically guaranteed to play. Clivert is also guaranteed to play, but he's on penalties, right? For Arsenal, I think Odegaard is gonna take Ndiaye out for Whovis. I have Wood and already his wife delivered a baby. Yeah, I know, mate. I know that. Gunner fans say Trossard. Yeah, I'm thinking about, because I've already got Dango Otaro, right? And Trossard. I want to go with Trossard as well. Just because, you know, he is a differential. How many people own Trossard? 3.2%, right? And if I transfer him Trossard, right, I'll still have the money to bring in Arteta next week. Nwaneri is fine, but I don't want to go with Nwaneri bit. You know, I want a proven goal scorer. Whereas I didn't play assistant manager last week. Then play it in game week 31, mate. Wait for it now. Here goes nothing, guys. Here goes nothing. Trossard is in. The vice captain should be Morgan Rogers, right? Ahmad to Rashford, I'd say no, mate. Bikalu, you have to wait for game week 31 now, mate. Clivert for me, says Nehal. I've already done it, Nehal. I've done it, mate. It's already done, mate. I hope for the best. Vice captain is equal to Rogers, right? Captain Mo Salah. Zen time. It's all fine. To be honest with you, you don't expect Trossard to get like a hat trick or anything. NDI replacement 6.2 in the bank. You can go for Raul Jimenez. You can go Vista 6.3, right? I think Raul Jimenez is the only really one which you want to go for, Thakif. Otherwise, you keep him on the bench and then you take him out next week, mate. There's no other options really, if you ask me. In that price range, Beto, maybe Beto. I mean, if you just want a direct replacement and you don't have the money, you can go with Beto and you'll save some money. Benched India, Clivert for India. Cheeky, mate. Bench Gakpo. For who, mate? Bench Gakpo for who? Start Gakpo. I would start Gakpo, mate. No. Why should I bench Gakpo, man? If I had to bench Gakpo, I'd much rather sell him. It's okay if he doesn't play. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine. If he doesn't play, I'm fine with that. Let me refresh, by the way. Guys, last minute, please lock your teams. Please lock your teams. He could be benched. That's fine, mate. If he's benched, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. But I'm gonna take a chance here. I have to take a chance, Jugs. If I have him in my team, I have to play him. If he's benched for the Wolves game, so be it. He comes on for 10 minutes, I'm happy with that. Shall I hold my transfer? Player who I think of changing, Gordon Hall. Bekalu, now is not the time, mate. You have to lock. It's deadline. I don't understand. Guys, don't leave the tough questions for the last 5 minutes. It's not helpful. See, my speciality lies in the fact that I give detailed answers, right? When you ask me these black and white questions, you know, it just doesn't serve the purpose. Because if I'll answer, I'll just, for example, if you ask me, should I play like Joao Pedro or should I play whoever, like Otaro Dango, you know? It's difficult, you know. I have to give you my perspective. I got Watkins in for Isak. Yes, I know, Jugs. You always wanted to do it. I'm happy with that. Smelly Wap says Zen and in repeat. Snail says deadline. Thank you so much, guys. Hey FPL Sam, welcome. Todd says no FOMO and Zen and wisdom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, you know, I'm here for, you know, I started my stream even like 5 minutes before the 1 hour as well. So ask me any questions. FPL Sam says sorry, couldn't be much active nowadays. No worries, Sam. We're all here waiting for you. Whenever you kind of decide to be active, we're gonna be here for you, mate. And you know, so you just take your time. We all need our time in our lives sometimes, and I totally understand. I mean, see, guys, my logic of not getting Watkins, you know, I know that Cody Gakpo to Watkins, obviously Watkins has a double game week and everything. I know that, right? My question is, 5 games in 14 days is the problem, right? And Liverpool game comes at the end of that, right? Comes at the end of that, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Just a second, let me open. I mean, Liverpool game comes third, right? Third, right? Just a second, because Champions League as well, right? Liverpool game is on Thursday. Hang on, Aston Villa games. So yeah, 20th February. Then they play, Aston Villa plays Chelsea. So today they play, tomorrow in the evening they play Ipswich, right? Then they play Liverpool. Then they play Chelsea. Then they play Crystal Palace. And then they play against Cardiff. So the game between Aston Villa and Chelsea is on the 22nd. And the game between Aston Villa and Liverpool is on the 19th. The thing is, guys, there's not much time to rest between these games, you know. Yes, if you'd say, okay, the Liverpool game is the fifth game, or the fourth game or the third game, you can say, okay, Watkins will be rested in one of these games between those games, right? But these two games are right after each other. So one game is on the 15th and the other game is on the 20th, and then on the 19th, 15th, 19th, 22nd, 25th, and 1st. So, I don't know, but apparently Aston Villa seem to think that it's too many games for Watkins. So if you can get 30 minutes out of Watkins, I'd be more than happy for the double game week for Watkins to play at least 30 minutes. That's all we can hope for from Ollie Watkins. And by the way, I would be more than happy if Watkins misses Ipswich Town and plays Liverpool, because of the table bonus for Unai Emery, because of me supporting Arsenal and hoping that Aston Villa takes something off Liverpool, just like Everton did. And by the way, guys, it was crazy that those scenes, that goal that Tarkowski scored at the end, those that waiting time for when they were checking the offside decision. Oh man, it was. Juggernaut says he's a fitness monster. If he's fit, he'd play most of the games, in my opinion. Juggernaut, to be honest with you, I really don't think that, he's like, if you see many games this season, he's played like 70 minutes, 73 minutes, 75 minutes, because of the fact that John Duran was available. And now they've got Rashford, and then they've signed Malin as well. And if you see the game against, I think, which was it, Tottenham? Donald Mullen played a really good game in that one. And it was, I watched that game as well, the Aston Villa against Spurs in the FA Cup. Malin played well, and if he can give some minutes to Ollie Watkins when he comes on, I think it's all the better. Tarkowski screwed my game week. But that was one hell of a goal, man. I mean, it was amazing how a defender strikes a volley like that. Just insane. And the emotion of the fans, the last Merseyside derby at Goodison, it was just it's just out of this world. And if you're watching with the commentary of Peter Drury, it's just amazing. That guy knows how to add emotion to the moment. Amazing, Peter Drury. If you haven't heard the commentary, you should definitely hear it. Maybe some Peter Drury commentary moments on YouTube. It's brilliant, that guy. Anyways, I'm obviously digressing. Slot fell flat on his face. Well, if red card would have counted, it would have been even worse, because Slot got a red card because of something what he said to Michael Oliver. I don't really know, because I didn't watch the aftermath. But Slot got a red card as well, and he's not going to be on the touchline for both the Liverpool games. So that is something to kind of note as well. Slot is not going to be on the touchline for the Wolves game, the Villa game as well. So, it's everything adds to the drama of the Premier League. I got Watkins and Dango. I suppose everybody's kind of got Watkins. I'm the only. Peter Drury on Manolas and Aguero. I mean, that was amazing. Was Peter Drury's? I'm not sure about that one, Neil. I mean, was his Aguero has two commentaries, right? One is the one in which they say Aguero and like that, and the other one is he says Aguero, staggering, just staggering, and there's like two commentaries. I mean, they're both great, but I don't know which one is Peter Drury's really. Because I love the Aguero one better, in which he says Aguero and like that. That's the one I really like, because that was the one I was listening to when I was watching the game live, when Balotelli makes that pass and then Aguero kind of shoots it. Man, that was something. That was something. Staggering one is Drury, right? Yes, that is the one, because I love the other one more than Drury's. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Jim Beglin. I'm not sure. Maybe John Champion. I don't think it was John Champion, by the way. This is Jim Beglin. But this Aguero one was the one which I really loved. He says the blue moon has risen, and Aguero's running off with his shirt, and amazing. And the Manolas one is absolutely amazing. He says the Greek god in Rome or something like that, and he says, I remember that as well. I've listened to so many Peter Drury commentaries. It's really nice the way he commentates. The emotion he brings to the game. Love his commentary. Absolutely do love it. It was Martin Tyler, yes. Martin Tyler is great. I mean, Jim Beglin, Peter Drury, Martin Tyler. I think they're all great commentators. Just Peter Drury just stands out because of the way he's done it so many times. The Manolas one, even the Aguero one, the staggering one is also good. I mean, I like that as well. But there's like many other moments. Because you've reminded me of him, and after the stream, I'll just go on to YouTube and I'll probably watch a couple of his videos where Peter Drury. I mostly watch the Arsenal ones. When kind of Nketiah scored against Real Madrid, the club of dreams. Yeah, absolutely. And Sumesh is a fan of Real Madrid. Growing up, these clubs were never in our mind, in my mind at least. When I started supporting Arsenal, we only used to get Premier League on Sky Sports, whatever it was called that time, Star Sports or Sky Sports, I don't remember, but that's all we used to get. I grew up watching Ian Wright and Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira, Emmanuel Petit and Thierry Henry. It's just Alexander Leb, and then later on Fabregas and all these guys, and that's just simply I fell in love with this club. And that moment when Aguero scored against City and they won the league, it was really, it felt good for me as well, because that time it was like Manchester United were the juggernauts of that league, just running everybody down that time. And because in my youth, all I've done is watch like United win the leagues. Maybe Jose Mourinho came to England, and then Chelsea won a lot and they beat us a lot. I remember Arsene Wenger's 1000 game, and we were at Stamford Bridge, and we were all excited about like Arsene Wenger's 1000 game, and then goddamn this I don't remember which referee it was. I just can't remember. He sent off Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He sent off Kieran Gibbs because Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain handled the ball, and we were restricted to like 10 men because Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Kieran Gibbs had the same haircut. So that goddamn referee, he sent off Kieran Gibbs in place of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and we were reduced to 10 men, and then they beat us 6-0. It was absolutely horrible, and I've grown up in that era, basically watching Mourinho, watching Alex Ferguson win. I've mostly just seen Arsenal win 2 leagues. That's it. And then FA Cups, and yes, I've watched Arsenal win FA Cups and stuff. But mainly, I watched Arsenal win 2 leagues, and then I watched Arsenal in 2007 when they were about to win the league, and then Eduardo had that horrific injury, and and we bottled it. And then when Leicester won the league, that time also we were going to win the league, but it just wasn't to be. Anyways, guys, I can talk about football all night, as you already know. But as Juggernaut says, he says need to call it a night whiz. Got to be up by 5. Good night, Juggernaut. I hope you have a good night's sleep, and wish you have a great game week, mate. Anyways, guys, I think I should be also on my way. It's like 12 a.m. here in the morning, and we have had a pretty awesome stream, to be honest with you. We had a great news about Nihil's wedding, and then just chatting about life and football and FPL. What better, guys? What better? And I always appreciate all of you for joining the stream and spending your deadline with me, and thank you so much for being here always, guys. Well, on this note, guys, I'll I'll bid farewell. I'll take your leave, and with the promise, obviously, that I'll be back here for the next deadline stream. Till then, just take care of yourselves. Have a good one, especially. And once again, congratulations to Nehal. And we wish you the best of preparations, and we wish you the best of life after your wedding, mate. These are good times, mate. Have fun. And FPL Wizard will see you next week for the deadline stream. Till then, take care. May the arrows be green. Bye bye, everyone.